Hi, I'm Jeremy Simon with 3D Universe. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at the FlashForge Creator4. You know, the first 3D printer I ever got when I first started exploring 3D printing over a decade ago was a FlashForge Creator, but it was nothing at all like this machine here. And having worked with the 4 series now, I've been really impressed by just how far this company has come in their product development. As you can see, this is a monster of a 3D printer. It offers independent dual extruders and a massive build area. The usable build volume on this machine is 15.7 inches wide by 13.8 inches deep and 19.7 inches tall. So it's a really big build area. If you need to be able to print large objects working with high-end engineering grade materials, this machine is worth taking a look at. Now, the reason I say high-end engineering grade materials is that in addition to the dual extrusion, this printer also offers an active heated chamber. The entire interior enclosed chamber can be heated up to as high as 65 degrees Celsius. Now, that interior temperature is really helpful, especially when you're working with those advanced engineering grade materials that can have a tendency to shrink otherwise, and that can also have a tendency to warp. That active heated chamber will help to prevent both issues, giving you more reliable and higher quality prints. Now, as I mentioned, this printer is really big. It's also pretty heavy. So I have it sitting on the floor right now, so you can kind of see relative to me just how big it is. I'll note that there is an optional humidor cabinet that you can get, which not only helps you to keep all of your filaments at optimal humidity, but it gives you a nice stand to put the printer on top of, which would raise it to an optimal height for working with it more easily. So that's worth considering as well. Now, you've got room on the side of the printer to mount up to 2 large spools. There's a little door here that opens, and you can mount pretty good sized spools in there, even larger than your standard 1 kilogram spools. You've got a very nice sized touch panel on the front that gives you access to all the common functions of the printer. The front door is magnetically closed, opens very easily, and has nice smooth hinge action. It also has a top lid. It has some nice tension on the hinge so it won't drop on you if you leave it at an angle like that. When we look inside, you can see very solid components in there. Take a look at those Z-axis lead screws, very thick and solid, as well as the Z-axis rods. And you've got one of those at each corner and a Z-axis threaded rod on each side. You've got very thick and sturdy linear rails throughout. Also notice that you have those air filters at the back. Those are HEPA 13 with active carbon filtering. So you can be sure that any ultrafine particles or volatile organic compounds that might be thrown off by your 3D printing materials will stay in the printer or in those filters instead of getting into your environment. You can see the 2 extruders here. The printer comes in 2 configurations. The 4A version comes with 2 of the HT extruders, which are kind of your standard extruders for any of the build materials. It's good up to 320 degrees Celsius for the extrusion temperature. Also available is a 4S configuration, which includes the same 2 HT extruders, but also adds 2 of the HS extruders, which have hardened steel nozzles, can handle abrasive carbon fiber or glass fiber reinforced materials, and can go as high as 360 degrees Celsius. And then there's also an optional F-type extruder, which is designed for flexible materials and can handle materials as soft as shore hardness 85A. The independent dual extruders allow you to operate the printer in several different modes. You can use mirror mode to print 2 of the same object at the same time, side by side, which effectively doubles your printing speed, or your printing throughput at least. You can also use it in more common dual extrusion mode, where you can print one object either with 2 different colors or 2 different materials, or you can use one extruder for your build material and the other extruder for a support material, including water-soluble supports like PVA. Inside, you'll see that we have a flexible magnetic build plate, so you can pop the whole plate off, flex it to easily remove even the larger prints. There's also an HD camera on board, mounted up here in the front left corner, so you can easily monitor your prints as they go. But setting all the features aside, you know, the best way to see what a printer is really capable of is to look at some sample prints. So let's do a little show and tell here. These are some of the larger test prints that I did using this printer. using ABS, as it's a fairly challenging material, and I wanted to see how well the parts held their shape. And I was quite impressed. That extra temperature in the build chamber really made a difference, and all of these parts came out really nicely with nice smooth finishes, no surface defects of any kind that I can see, and really good dimensional accuracy. Here we have a nylon carbon fiber part. Has a really nice surface finish to it. Quality came out really nicely. Here's another nylon carbon fiber part with some rather challenging contours. Printer handled it quite well. So I hope you found this overview to be useful. As always, please reach out if you have any questions. You can reach us at info@3duniverse.org or call us at 800-689-4344. Please be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel and click the bell icon to get notified for new videos. See you next time.